Magdalena Prisca, 7th semester student of International Business Management in Petra Christian University. This video is made for the purpose of my last semester project as an IBM student. With the help of Professor Dr. Casey Chen during 3 semesters of my studies, I learned a lot about holistic thinking and action learning framework. And in this video, I'm going to present about who am I and who I want to be in the future by using the action learning equation developed by Professor Dr. Casey Chen. And I believe that this will be very useful for my future career life and my future. And now, slowly, I will guide you to the process of finding myself.
Here are the equations of the action learning that I will use throughout the presentation, and it consists of what, why, how, who, when, where, and how much. For what, I will explain about the holistic thinking about myself, and then I need to have a critical and systematical thinking about why I need to know about myself, who I want to be, how is my plan, and when will I achieve it. Since my plan sometimes can either go right or wrong, therefore, I will analyze where it can go right or wrong. After knowing all of this, I will be able to analyze how much can I improve. And now let's start with what. In what here, I want to discover myself, and here I would like to use the 5 level of management, leadership, and technopreneurship development. And it consists of 3 categories of tests. The first test is individual competence test, and it consists of 3 kind of tests, which are learning styles, entrepreneurship GET test, and Big 5 personality. For the team capacity test, it consists of Belbin's 9 team roles. And lastly, for the organizational capability test, it consists of leadership self-assessment. Now let's start with the first test, which is the learning styles. In terms of the learning styles, it turns out that I'm a reflector and theorist. Being a reflector, I like to think before taking an action and consider all possible angles before come up with a decision. I also constantly reflect on the lesson learned, so the chances of repeating the same mistake is eliminated. And as a theorist, I am a perfectionist and also pay great attention to detail. Moving on to the second test, which is the GET test. And based on this test, I am quite confident in taking risks after a careful thought and evaluation. Usually, before taking the risk, I will always evaluate the likely benefit against the likely cost. Moreover, I also scored the highest in the drive and determination. It means that I love to take advantage of opportunities and a hard worker person who like to give my best effort in doing something that I want to achieve. Besides, since my score is quite low in the other 3 attributes, so I believe that I need to improve my need for achievement, need of autonomy, and creative tendency. On to the third test, which is the Big 5 personality test. From this personality test, the result shows that I have the highest score in agreeableness. It means that I always adjust my behavior to suit to others. I'm also a polite person who shows respect to other people's opinion. The second highest score is conscientiousness. It turns out that I'm a very organized and perfectionist, which related with my theorist characters. And it also means that I like to make things plan out carefully. Moreover, conscientiousness also means that I am a diligent and hardworking person, and it is aligned with my high score in the drive and determination attribute. Now I'm done with the individual competence test, and now let's go to the second category of test, which is the team capacity test. And in order to know my team capability, I will use the Belbin 9 team rules. And it turns out that from the test, I have the 3 scores that are the highest, which are implementer, complete finisher, and team worker. In terms of strong implementer, actually I'm very reliable, disciplined, efficient, and turns ideas into practical actions, and it is aligned with my conscientiousness personality. Moreover, since I have a conscientiousness personality, I gain a high score in the complete finisher, which means that I tend to be perfectionist by searching for errors. And lastly, in terms of being a team worker, it turns out that I'm a cooperative, perceptive person, and I'm also willing to listen to others. Now, let's look at my leadership skills according to my leadership self-assessment test. From the result, it can be seen that I score highest in the 5 traits, which means that I'm able to motivate and inspire people, leading teams, communicating, building relationships, and negotiating. However, I need to improve my skills for aligning people, facilitating ethical conduct, leading change, and setting directions. Based on these three categories of tasks, it shows that I'm in the second level, which is as the contributing team member. Understanding about myself won't be enough. So now I'm going to do self-assessment about myself, and I will begin with my mission, vision, and also values. Start with my values. Here are the 4 values that I hold on to in my life, which are discipline, conscientious, honest, and responsible. And after knowing about my value, now I'm going to describe about my vision. This vision is aligned with my values and personality that I have. So my vision is to provide available, accessible, and affordable daily consumer goods for everyone. And to help me to achieve the vision, I have established a mission, which is to be a chief marketing officer in multinational, fast-moving consumer goods company. After talking about the holistic thinking about myself, now let's moving on to the next part of the action learning equation, which is 5 why. The first why is, why do I need to be aware of my individual competence? It is because in order to be a highly capable individual, I need to be aware with my individual competence. The second why is self-awareness vital? It is because I want to be a contributing team member. And the third why is self-discover a passport to the future? It is because in order to be a competent manager, it is very important to discover about myself. The fourth why is, why do I need to develop myself now? Because in order to be an effective leader, I need to develop myself as soon as possible. The last why is, why do I think my vision is important? Because in order to be a professional C coach, it is very important to have my own vision. After understanding the 5 whys, makes me realize about what management, leadership, and technopreneurship that I already have and what I need to improve in order to achieve my vision. And next, let's analyze how to implement all of this so that I can achieve my vision. And let's start with who. Here I would explain about who I want to be in the future. And after knowing about myself, my values, vision, and mission, I decided to be a chief marketing officer in a multinational, fast-moving consumer good company. A chief marketing officer is a C-level corporate executive responsible for activities in an organization that have to do with creating, communicating, and delivering offerings that have value for customers, clients, or business partners. And here are the requirements needed in order to become a CMO. I believe that I already have the intelligence, personality traits, and interests and motives. However, I need to gain more experience, knowledge, and also skills in order to become a CMO. I believe those who will support me in the future are IBM and my future company, family, and also lecturers, especially Professor Dr. Casey Chan, that helped me to have a holistic mindset. After knowing who I want to be, the next question is, how is my plan? And here I will use the IPO framework. My goal is to be a CMO, and the input is my plan, which can be seen through the building blocks of competence. And here are my plan. For example, for my knowledge, I plan to graduate from IBM, and after that, I plan to work as brand manager in multinational fast-moving consumer good company, and at the end, I want to get Masters of Business Administration in Marketing. Next, in order to execute my plan, I should realize that it takes time to have skills in certain area before having the ability to do so. And after executing it, I believe that I still need to monitor and control it by using the KPI. Thus, I can conclude that my future plan will be created by using the building blocks of competence. However, to achieve it, I need to do it step by step, and after achieving my goal, I still need to monitor and control my performance to optimize my strategy. And after knowing how is my plan, the next question is, when will I achieve it? And here I would like to explain about my timeline planning in 1, 3, 5, and 10 years. In 1 year after graduating from IBM, I plan to work in Jakarta, especially as a brand management trainee. And in 3 years, I plan to have my MBA degree in the top university in the United States. And in 5 years, after getting my MBA degree, I plan to work as a brand manager in the US. After that, I plan to go back to Jakarta and work as a brand manager in the FMCG MNEs in Jakarta. And after that, I believe that in 10 years, I will be able to achieve my mission, which is to be a chief marketing officer in Jakarta. Now let's moving on to the next part of the action learning equation, which is where. Here, I believe that self-development is a continuous and transformation process from having an initial competence, and I want to make it into a distinct competence. However, in order to develop myself, I believe that this process can either go right or wrong. That is why I want to ensure that I need to be aware and anticipate the problems by having a contingency plan in every process. Moving on to the last part of the action learning equation, which is how much. In this part, I will explain about how much can I improve myself. In order to improve my stamina power, it can be enhanced through the lifelong action learning to excel. And in order to improve my communicative power, it can be enhanced through my connection and networking. And in order to improve my expert power, it can be enhanced through the building blocks of competence by specializing in certain area. And in order to improve my adaptive power, it can be enhanced through my management development and improving my adaptive skills. And in order to improve my response power, it can be enhanced through the leadership development and make a contingency plan. And lastly, in order to improve my execution power, it can be enhanced through the technopreneurship development so that I have to improve and develop my leadership skills. In conclusion, I have told you about myself and what I want to be in the future by using the personality, team behavior, and also learning style tests. And I believe that by using all of these tests, it can help me to achieve my future career as a technopreneurship.
After knowing about myself and my future career plan, I believe that with a sense of responsibility, hardworking, integrity, and continuous self-evaluation, I can transform my dream into reality. And that's all from me. I'm Prisca. Thank you for watching.